We keep this series of 10 episodes where we're going to master some EDM. By mastering EDM, I mean progressive house, deep house. Today we're mastering trance. It's a progressive trance track, 130 BPM. A bit of an above and beyond feel, but a little bit more big room, I think, in some parts. Trance is a genre that's going to be mastered in a different way than the previous episode. If you watch the two previous episodes, I like to add some warmth. I like to add a feeling, while trance, it's going to have to be punchy. It's going to have to be driving. It will have to really preserve this character, while deep house and progressive house want more like a chuggy, like I would say a smoother feel maybe. So, again, the EDM session is about making music in real time with you guys. There's another 70 episode where I actually produce track from scratch. There's 10 episode where I actually arrange and mix tracks. So if you want to look back, there's all of those episodes, of course, on YouTube. And then you can learn how to produce, can see what is the flow of somebody like me that worked 20 years on producing music, that is doing that for a living for the last 10, and I want to share that with you guys. And for me, the people that view, it could be 1, could be 2, could be 100, could be 10,000, it doesn't matter, as long as I share some knowledge with people, I'm very happy with that. So hope you guys enjoy. Let's get onto this mastering this track. The track is called This Is It. It's one of mine. I composed it in one of the previous 10 episodes, like I said, where I arrange and mix track. And of course, I spent a lot of time on it afterward to make it like a release, and it will actually be released on our label, Progressive Grooves Records. So this is it, 130 BPM. I'm going to play it flat, and I will not alter the output of this show, so you can hear it from now until the end. It will be mastered. Oh, I'm going to switch to headphones here. So I'm going to skip to the intro, but you can hear the style. There's a lot of little hints, a lot of micro arrangement, lots of thing to make it interesting all the way. Lots of percussions. Here, the bass come in. Lots of riser in this track. Pad, synth, automation, builds. I just feel like listening to the whole thing, but we will at the end. Yeah, it's very prog trancey. Let's continue here. Build. Main part, lots of synths. Build again. There's always builds and builds and builds and drop and builds and builds and build higher and bigger all the way through the track. And then we have a big synth coming in here. Then we're dropping to 0, of course. Complete drop. Lots of push and pull action in that track. And then big build up. Onto complete drop. Down, up and push. And then bang. So guys, that is the track we're gonna master today. 130 BPM. I always run 96K. All the masters are in 32 bits to have maximum resolution. Of course, I leave a lot of headroom to be able to mix. That means no limiter on the output of the main mix ever. Please guys, don't do that. I'm gonna say that on every episode. I'm gonna say that for probably the rest of my life. But some people will understand, and the quality will be better for everyone, which is extraordinary. So I always start by summing. So summing means taking this little EQ here and make sure that it doesn't clip. So I run pretty much the whole track now. I'm gonna do auto gain here. So I can gain 1.8 dB of range through the track, hopefully. So if it does clip, we're gonna be able to auto gain again. So now, see, a little bit of clipping, auto gain, drop it. So that is just to maximize the input at every step in the gain staging. So gain staging is in between every plugin to make sure you have the maximum level of loudness to be able to input equally and output equally. So gain staging, type that, look on YouTube, look on other. This is very important when you do mastering to have good loudness, good volume. If you do it with hardware, it's a little bit more difficult. Anyway, I usually do a bit of a low cut. If there's problem in the track, I will work a little bit the start. I like to add maybe a bit of top end because the CQ is nice. It has a nice clean equalization. So, and then I go with a VQ, which I boosted a little bit of the low end, 0.5 dB at 180 Hz. Not a big difference, but more presence. And again, gain staging here. Make sure that when I'm clipping, without, with, oh, I can hear it. I can feel the low end is stumpier. There's a lot of circuit and electronic simulation into this EQ that does make a little bit more than your normal, and this is a phase 2, than your normal EQ would do. So we don't need to EQ very much. I have this one here, which is a linear EQ, which really do subtle thing that doesn't affect other frequency, that doesn't change the spectrum so much. So I boost the top end. Some people say add some air, you know, so 8500K. I wouldn't go around 5 to 6 because I don't want to boost those frequency because they can get harsh a little bit. So with, oh, sorry, without, with. There's a little bit of a crunchy clip. It's because the DAW is reprocessing the audio while I go along. Oh, I like this intro. This is a bomb. Okay, first processing that will really start altering the sound is a maximizer, ultra maximizer here. I'm gonna gain 2 dB of range here. I'm gonna put that here so it will stop going back to the start. So 2 dB of range, 2 dB extra, but it doesn't really do so much because I still have some headroom. So what I want to do first is to tame those peaks. So there's a little bit of peaks here and there. I want them to be flat. So when I hit another plugin, they won't really get the plugin to work too hard. So the thing is, every process to do a little bit of enhancement to be able to come with a final result that is full, that is sound good on every speaker, every headphone. So this is what we're doing. And then we're going on to the first instance of LIN MB, which is a multiband processor that does, it's a bit hard to explain. Some say it does some attack, some release, some threshold. It is not a compressor, it's more like a maximizer. And anyway, I won't explain what it does, you should check it out. I did this setting to have everything goes really quickly to recover, so let's put it on. I don't want to do too much. Mostly on this track with the kick, I don't want to touch it too much. Gain staging again. Make sure we're not clipping here. Make sure we're not clipping on the vacuum. Everything's clean. Gonna check again with the intro here, because the kick is much more prominent and it gets crowded a little bit, so on this part we might have to I like it when we go into the processes, everything becomes so much more defined and clean. Okay, after this, so this is my setting. You're gonna get, like, by the way guys, you're gonna be able to buy this mastering chain on our site. We make that music for $5 only. Stick a trance track in there, it's gonna sound amazing. So I'm gonna finish the track and then I will upload it, of course. Then I'm going with an API 2500, which is a legendary compressor that for me, it does affect the low end, it tighten everything, it just make everything chuggy. Again, 2 dB. So without. So the bass is so much more focused, it's so much more in your ears, it just has this lovely thickness, you know, that you want into a dance track at least. Then I get a SSLG channel here, which I would use, but for this case, for trance, I will not use. Why? Because we don't want like a crazy warm open track. We want like a contained crisp track. So this I pass. I'm gonna pass on a few today. So this one, no. This I will definitely do that. So this is a center. So this is a stereo image processing. So that means that we gonna accentuate the side effects. So in headphones will sound a lot fuller. Same thing on the speaker. It's like it's filling the speaker to have that width to make your sound just bigger. And it make the sound seem to be louder while it isn't in dynamic range or in decibel. It is in presence. So those are all tricks that I learned in the past 15 years into mastering, like reading books, checking out stuff. All those plugins, by the way, came with a super good extensive manual that describe exactly what they do. So if you read the manuals, all those plugins, you're gonna know how to really master, and then you have to trial and error to get to what you want. But there you go. Is there a difference? More with the synth part here. Without? It's more, and then with, boom, it just boom, it just come. That's the stuff. And then to further enhance and a little bit contain, so I'm not gonna do a Kramer tape again because this is trance. I do want a nice feeling, but I want it to be crisp. I want it to be in your face. I don't want it to be warm and like, you know, it's a different feeling. So no Kramer. This SSLG I will use very minimally. As little as I can, because it is great because it glue everything together and it does give again a bit more presence to the kick. But if I put it too much, it will just remove some of the I would call it pumpiness, guys. Like just the pump, like the attack. So a good way to test that is we go into the intro. With, without. More present, like more direct again, a little bit of compression. Maybe we're doing 2 dB, you know, nothing much there, but still incremental. Then after we did all this processing, I'm going to a second instance of LIN MB, which I will just touch a little bit, but this one is an opto. An opto is very contained, the bandwidth is super narrow. We're just gonna sandwich the track, you know, like a nice big sandwich that we can bite on. Because if you know, if you make yourself a sandwich and it's all open, it's falling apart, it's not interesting. But if the sandwich is nice and thick, this is the stuff. So here we go. I'm gonna check out our gain again. I think we can give it a bit more. And you can tell, it's not doing a whole lot to the track, but, okay, listen, with, without. To me, it just brought it up into the ears. It's just like, I don't think we clipped here. I think it was more a matter of, okay. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting there, guys. Oh. I'm gonna take a listen, because what is coming after is the big mama, the L316 multi-band limiter, which is used heavily. And for trance, I'm not gonna go heavy on it, but I will use it like it should be used. Let's have a listen. Just a little breakdown here, a little plucky melody, big riser coming through. Gain staging is clean. You can see the loudness here at -14. Definitely have a lot of room here to play with this maximizer. Make sure we're not clipping again. talking like 1 dB of clipping, it's not gonna affect, but you know, we want to make things properly here in the EDM sessions. Oh, there's a Photoshop project here. Interesting. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah. I have to be honest with you guys. I could do without the L16. Just the way it is now, I would love just, but it's not gonna be competitive. You know, when you're gonna play it against another track on Beatport, it's gonna sound like it's not there. I mean, the connoisseur, the people that know music, would be like, okay, this is a good track and it's worth being played. But the inexperienced DJ is like, I cannot hear anything. You just crank up the volume, bro. But I will crank up the volume for them, as this is the loudness war and it's still been going on for many years. So I will explain what I am doing. So first of all, the first process of this is you put both the threshold and the out ceiling to like a same value, 0.2, and then you go on and drop it. Well, first I should turn it on, better, and then you drop it, and then you can go like this. Ah, that hurt. But no, you don't want to go like this. You want to go and just hit it just enough. You can see the attenuation here, about 3.9. Okay, we're in good territories. Let's look at what's gonna happen when we're gonna lift this here. Boom. I'll have to lower this, guys. My ears are bleeding. I think I'm a bit over the top here at -7. Way too loud. At least for iTunes, that's what they say, but most people don't care. But let's listen here. You know, usually I go -10, -12, we're at -9. We're making a trance track, we want to put it in people's face, they has to be impressed, so I'll leave it like that for you guys. I would say don't go this far. Of course, if you are a purist and a perfectionist, you will always put the outceiling to -0.2, but because you know that the -0.0 on a digital scale would possibly lead to artifacts. Not really anymore, not in 32 bits, 96 Hertz, but possible. Alright guys, so we have the whole track mastered now. Should we maybe listen? I think we should listen. And I'm not even gonna cut it, we're gonna have a listen together and I might put some comment on there, but let's listen. And look also. Is very nice. It's more like above and beyond. It's not so just banging. It's more prog trance, let's be honest. Some nice big toms like chunking in there. Wow. Of course some risers, which I made myself. Oh yeah. There I put intentionally some noise that is offbeat, you can probably hear it. And keep on layering some percussions in there like that. Sure. Important thing when you compose trance like that, push and pull. Give it some action, give it some juice. Your public, your audience would just love it, you know? You don't do like a 2-minute long. I mean, you can do that, but it's better to get people to embrace the music and to love it. So nice quiet moment. See, we still have some dynamic range. I'm going down. You know, it's smooth. Nothing to say, guys. It's good. I like it. Of course, it's my music. Of course, I like it, but it's. I know that to get to that took me 20 years. So I mean, you know, if you buy the template, which is online by the way, it's called "This Is It." You get this. All this arrangement. There's so much sense, so much track. I use only silent one. Definitely super high value. Like it gets in the low end here, basses they're thumping, the kick is just smashing, no clipping anywhere. Now we're going high, like, yeah. Again, going up to the sky. Very above and beyond the guys, but you know, those are some of the guys I like the most. Oh, we have some clipping. Not much though. It was very little, but it's gone. I think there was some peaks here. Here, this I'm okay with. Alright guys, so this is everything for episode 83 of the EDM Sessions. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you're still watching, just earn yourself half price on our site wemakedancemusic.com. Just put my name in, Mikas, Mikas, and then you get half price off your first order. I think it is a pretty good deal. And of course, as always guys, may the sounds be with you.